And we're back.
And we're back. Welcome to the Cavalry, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to the Cavalry. Good to see you, Johnny.
Good to see you. Back in our video game day room.
Yeah, we were just talking about it. I think I'm in the exact room on the exact ship where Johnny and I really forged our bond
We
over
forged our love of Zelda.
playing Zelda. Which, by the way,
you were embarrassed that you brought it.
I really slow rolled that until you admitted you had also brought Zelda and a Switch. I opened up to you, but you have not finished the new Zelda. Is that correct?
That's correct. Have you?
Oh yeah. I'm done with it.
Okay. Did you ever beat the first one?
Yes, I did go back and beat the first one too. Yeah. So
okay, Breath of the Wild. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't even played it in so long. Oh,
so bad. But I sold my PlayStation though.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so remember, my saga with that.
Where you've just been locked out of all your games.
so I, it's kind of like a tight month or whatever. And so I was like, what am I doing with this thing? I'm never going to play it again.
Was it a PS4?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, whatever. I always want to just get stuff out of the house anyway, like clothes. And I'm just taking it to Goodwill or the donation thing. So I'm like, this could actually get me like some money. You know, we're trying to be smarter about money.
Yeah.
I'm going to get some. I'm never playing it again. I'm like, even if I could play it, I'm like so mad at them. I don't want to play it.
So you sold it
where?
I'm
going to take it to Games. So I'm going to take it to GameStop, and sell it for cash. And even if I get like $50, I'm like, whatever. It's $50, right?
Yeah.
So I take it in there, and of course,
how many games?
No games, just the controller.
Because you were all digital.
Yeah, they were all digital.
Yeah.
And so it was like just the controller and the machine.
Yep.
The cords. That's it.
Yep.
Now I take it in there, and immediately the woman starts giving me attitude. Like, oh yeah, this is an older one. It's like, yeah, no shit. Who comes in and sells brand new PlayStations? That's the business you've chosen. So I'm already upset.
They just come in to break your spirit right away.
Yeah, yeah. She really gotta. Oh, it's black, huh? Yeah, the black ones don't sell as well. It's like, would you just stop it? So then she starts really like passive aggressively dusting off the controller too. She gets like the air sprayer out, like, a lot of dust in it. It's like, would you,
Yeah.
And then the update. She's like, oh, has it been updated since? And I was like, I don't know. I haven't played it in a long time. It would always update every time I started it up. I don't know what to tell you. She's like, yeah, if it hasn't done the update since, but it does it's been up to, oh, you're in luck. It's updated. I'm like, great. And then we get this takes like 40 minutes for her to do the updates, clean the thing, and turn it on and check.
And worth your time.
I'm telling you, 40 minutes for what I'm going to make probably like $60 max, right?
Yeah.
So we get through all that. And then she's like, oh no. I'm like, what?
Lady, shut the fuck up.
And it's just me and her in the store. By the way, GameStop is I don't know if you've been to one in a while, but it's a very lonely place. There's not a lot of, it feels like you're in some artisanal, like, curios.
Yeah.
So she just goes, oh, you've got stick drift. I'm like, what is that? Like the controller, my machine's telling me you have it drifts a little. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I guess you can ding me on that.
Yeah.
She goes, well, now, because she's like doing all this, it's an old school sketch from the 90s of an airline person behind a kiosk, like just typing into her computer for 20 minutes. So she does all that. It's like, technically, if you sold this with a controller and the machine, because like you would owe me $2.
What? She said
Yeah,
it would cost you $2 to
yeah,
sell to her.
because the controller is defective and you can't sell a PlayStation without a controller. So I would have to buy a controller from them to sell the machine to them. So it would cost me $2. So she's like, "Do you want to do it?" And I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and take back this machine and not give you $2."
Oh my God.
I mean, that is some strong art. No wonder GameStop has survived.
Oh,
You know,
jeez. You know what I would have done? I would have stayed in the store just waiting for the next customer, the next person that comes in, be like, hey, do you want a PS4 for $10?
yeah, I know.
Cash, here you go. Fuck you, lady.
Because then she told me, well, you can sell the controller by itself to me for $6 because it's marked defective. But then I was like, well, then why can't you buy that and the machine? Because we
Right.
can't buy a machine without a good controller. So you'd have to buy a good controller. You see what I'm
Oh my
saying?
God. Oh my God.
So get the ending though. So then I listed it on Facebook Marketplace,
Yeah.
and I was on the ship. But then some weirdo came by our house, and I was like, "Hey Heidi, a weirdo is gonna come by the house and pick up the PlayStation. Be ready."
Oh my God.
$90.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So take
Oh,
that,
that's great.
GameStop.
Hell yeah. Did you put that price? 90
Yeah,
bucks?
I listed it for $90.
Did you mention the stick drift?
No.
That's the ultimate selling thing is, hey, I haven't turned this thing on. I don't know what's up
Yeah,
with it.
I
Buyer
didn't know about
beware.
stick drift. I mean, if you
Wasn't
really
doing that
want to,
last time I played. That's weird.
so here's my advice to you: if you're gonna buy a console, you should buy it from GameStop used, because if you buy it on Facebook Marketplace, it's probably gonna have stick drift. And
Oh
GameStop,
damn.
they're kind of a stickler. They're a stickler for that stick drift.
I should try to I mean that PS5 we have is I mean it's not usable. That HDMI thing. I don't know if I told you, but I took it there a second time because the
Oh, because you
HDMI.
bought
So
it,
like,
you bought it used, right? Or
no, I
broken?
got it from my buddy for free. I just had to pay, whatever it was to have the HDMI fixed. It
Yeah,
was like 150 or 200, and then it happened again, and I brought it in, and they're like, yeah, it was worn. There was it was too much. Like someone bent something. I was like, I didn't do it. Was been on my shelf. I haven't done anything. He's like, yeah, we can't tell you what I can do. Some other rip off. And I was like, no, I'm not giving you more money to
yeah.
fix this broken PS5.
Oh man, that's a bummer.
But I should, dang, I should throw it on. I should put it on Marketplace.
Put it on Facebook. Good. Don't mention, because it takes, like, I think, like, that's part of the game. It's like it's part of the thrill. If you're gonna buy something from a stranger's house, there's
Yeah,
very little expectation. There's no like warranty. You know
yeah.
what I mean? It's
It's
garage
part of the
sale.
game. Yeah, it's part of the
It's
game,
part of the
man.
game. You're gonna get some steals. You're gonna get some antique roadshow shit. You're gonna also get some lemons.
Yeah, you're also gonna pick up a little stick drift.
You're gonna get a little stick drift. That's life.
That's life. You're welcome for the life lesson.
Yeah.
I
You
love it.
adapt. Your guy starts, you know, leaning to the left a little bit. You just overcompensate. You start hitting
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, it's like a challenge mode.
Yeah, it's challenge mode.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, hey, I'm proud to tell you. I don't know. Did I send you that picture of me and Duncan? We won our first ever
yes,
game.
I
How
was
do you
so
like
excited.
that? We were so much less organized than the other team. I'm sure the other coach fucking pissed.
He's like punching a wall right now. How did we lose to those idiots?
Well, I'll tell you how they lost because my kids, they would hike the ball before the other team even set and ready. They're like still in the huddle, and we'd start to play.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. You're that
Yeah.
coach from the Orient or whatever who never heard of basketball, and then he shows up and he doesn't adhere to any of the like unwritten rules or
Yeah.
standards and ends up
Yeah.
dominating. That's you.
We're ignoring all what's it called?
Courtesies.
Manners.
Yeah,
Like
manners.
common courtesy, critique.
Yeah, yeah. You're ignoring all that and you're
Yeah. Hey,
playing to
look, they're
win.
still in the huddle. Let's fucking play
Go!
now.
Go quick. You're running
Yeah.
the hurry up. You're running the hurry up offense. The
Oh
no
my
huddle.
God.
You're running the
What?
no huddle. This is great. You're running the no huddle because you have no plans. You have no plays. There's nothing
Every
to
time
huddle
we would
about.
huddle, all
What
we
would we
would talk about in the huddle is who's going out and who's going in after this play. For real.
why would we huddle? There's nothing to say.
Yeah, we don't know. It was just like, you guys want to run it or throw it. That's what we would decide.
Just get up to the line. It's chaos. Just go up there as fast as you can and do stuff.
Yep.
Dude, I'm telling you, that's exactly what I was saying last week. You're gonna win because you're coming at it from this completely beginners. Is that what it's called? Beginner's mind. You have a beginner's mind.
I don't know. You know what? So you know what I discovered? So I have another kid showed up. So how it worked is the first practice that I got deemed coach was practice, and everything else is games. There's no more practices. It's just games every Thursday. So like I realized, oh, this isn't that bad. Like, that's fine.
Right.
It's
That's what
basically
the guy was trying to tell
babysitting.
you.
Yeah, they're just yelling. I'm just listening to the people that are out yelling, "Hey, coach, I want to go in. I want to go in." Our team has 9 players. Every team I have seen so far has 5, and there's 5 on a field. So the other coach just have to be like, all right, let's just play the game. Here's the plays. Whereas I have to juggle, okay, who's been in, who's out. So that's all during the whole game is, all right, you guys can be in for 4 plays, and then they come in, but one of you gets to stay because there's 4 out there and there's 5 on the field. Yeah. So I think that when they were making the teams, the coaches were like, no, I just want 5. You got extras, put them on that other team that doesn't have a fucking coach yet, because I don't want to deal with that.
And that's how you got stuck with it. But that's probably why that guy was like, you were begging off. You were like, oh, you know what? I don't know anything about football or the rules, or I shouldn't be the coach. And the guy's like, buddy, you're overthinking it. There's no practices.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
You're not going to get any better. You just have to stand there and keep them from getting lost. As long as you come home with the same number of players as you went into the game with, you're coach of the year.
And so they gave me a bag. They showed up with a bag with like a ball and cones and stuff. And so at the game, because they get their jerseys the first game, so I'm just handing out shirts. And this big, huge fat kid is on the team. He showed up last. All I had left was a small. So he's just wearing a shirt as a necklace for the game. That's all I had.
Dude, it's totally Little Giants.
Be on time.
You're running an 80s comedy over here. The hippie long-haired
Giants either.
Knowing nothing about football, and you got the big fat kid with the too small jersey, and your son's on the team. I mean, this is just start writing, dude.
It sounds like it's already been written.
Yes, well, it probably has been. Get a time machine and start writing.
Yeah.
This is great. I love it. And maybe that's why you won too, is because you got fresh legs in there. You're running in new kids every other play. And these other kids who are greedy and want to play all the time, the whole game, they get tired.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. Yeah, I like that. That's a good theory.
Yeah.
Wolfpack. We're taking it all. And it's funny. I looked at the calendar and I'm in town because they're on Thursdays and I'm in town at the last game. I'm out of town.
Oh, no.
So there will be no Duncan.
This is just like the movie. And you're going to go undefeated until that last game. And then they're all going to look at you like, Coach Johnny, you're not going to be there for the championship game. And you're going to have to go, guys, I didn't even care this whole time. I only did this because there's nobody else wanted this job. I have a real life out there. I got to be a businessman. I got to go
I gotta
make
tell
money.
fart jokes, guys.
It's serious. I'm going to go, oh, we thought you cared. And then at the
Yeah.
last minute, you'll cancel your gig and you'll show
Yeah.
up.
I'm Emilio Estevez in the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah. Yes. God,
Yeah.
it really is
I'm not.
true.
No, I don't think that's gonna happen. I'd be shocked if I give a fuck at the end of this season.
That's what they always say.
Well, we'll see. The saga of the Wolf Pack.
The saga of the Wolf Pack. I'm so in now. I'm so. Can you stream these games? Is there a way for me to watch? I have a lot of free time.
I'll bring Edie and have Edie just film it.
Yeah, just have Edie film it, and then
I was like, I actually brought Edie on the first game. I was like, you can help with the subbing. You can help with the subs.
there you go.
I'll, because the coaches I think are on the field. Like I'll just be on the field because the coach just stays on the field and just stays out of the way, whatever. But like there was no way for me and Edie to communicate because Edie's played, flag football and knows what they're doing.
Right.
And I just felt at the end of the game, I was like, I am so sorry. Because they wanted to like play with their friends. I was like, oh, come with me. You can be a helper. You can help me. And they were like, oh, okay. All right, fine. And then they just ended up watching this boring game of fifth graders. Whatever.
Oh, man.
Oh,
well, I'm excited for you.
I'll keep you updated.
Yeah, please do. Yeah. So what's let's see, what else is what I want to ask you about? Where are you at? Where were you at this weekend?
I had a show in where was it? In Madison at Hotel Indigo.
Oh, sounds
and that
cool.
was yeah, it was all right. It was a small room. It was like a local comic produced show, but got paid and it was fun. But yeah, it was in a small room in a hotel. But they had me go before this guy. He's pretty funny, but he was like very abortion joke, dad fucking kid joke, like just very dirty. And they brought him up like that. They're like, if you're easily offended, don't say I didn't warn you. Here he is, everybody. And then he goes on before me. So then one of the producers went on and did like 3 minutes just to kind of, as a buffer. Yeah. But man, that was.
What was it? Was it received well, or did they?
No, it was kind of like you could hear the comics laughing when the jokes didn't get a response. And it was like kind of that, but I was like, oh, that's funny for like a 3-minute set, but for a 10-minute set, that's sort of killing the show here.
It's almost like sort of, I don't know. There's something comforting to me about that, to know there's still comics out there like looking to just shock.
Yeah.
To shock audiences, and really playing for the back of the room or whatever. Because as bad as that is, like as far as like a career move,
Yeah.
It's just good to know there's still people who don't give a shit about career stuff. Because I feel like when we started, there was a lot of that, right? There's a lot of people that was like the cool kid would play to the back of the room and they didn't care about the career stuff. And then, there was sort of a movement against that. They're like, hey, come on, it's stupid. It's like and the shift has gone too far the other way, where now everyone is like aware of money and
what do you mean everyone, like comics or the general public? Yeah.
Comics, I think even new comics starting out they go into it year one thinking like, what is my plan?
Yeah, what is my plan? Yeah.
Professional. And a lot of that's from social media too. It's a lot of like, how am I going to get the most views and the most followers, and how am I going to make a career out of this? And sometimes like the whole thing of like being clean and family friendly and not shocking. It's like a strategic thing. It's not like
Right.
just to try and do a good show. It's just like to make the most money, which
Yeah.
that's great. Good for you, whatever. But there's something soul sucking about everybody always optimizing,
Yeah.
potential earnings with stand up.
Well, to
So
be
I
fair,
kind of like it when
I
I
mean,
hear
full
about people
disclosure,
who are
I don't know if
out
he was
there.
playing to the back of the room on purpose.
No, maybe that's even better if he wasn't.
Yeah.
Even better. Like he's just like that's just what he thinks is funny or whatever,
Yeah.
and I love it. I just love that that's still out there because
Yeah.
it feels like with I've talked about this before, but with like social media, like everything's being squeezed into the middle.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
anybody who's too far out, it's like the algorithm doesn't like that, so let's just squish it all down into
Yep.
the middle to exactly what people like, and
Yep.
then
That's
which
true.
ironically is kind of like what cruise ships are. It's like they get all these feedback, note cards, data from everybody, everything, food, everything's like too spicy. Let's just make it all taste exactly the same.
Everything's got to be safe.
Let's make it 12 songs everyone's already heard of and just play those over and over.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it's cool when people are still going nuts.
Yeah. It's nice to hear the old dead
But then
baby Ruth joke.
but not before Johnny Beaner.
That's right.
Don't pull that bullshit, or good old family man Johnny Beaner gets up there.
That's right. I like a clean palate when I start talking about my wiener.
I know, that's so funny. You're not even that clean. What a fucking ruse you've pulled.
I know it's not clean, but it's not vulgar. It's just immature.
Hey, I talk about my dick, but I never talk about it going into anything.
Yeah, and I don't say dick, I say wiener, so it's fun.
Yeah. I just talk about it being smelly or weird looking. I don't talk about it like penetrating.
Right.
There's a line, kids.
Keep it clean. Dick. That's too harsh.
Dick is too harsh. You don't say.
Oh, you know what's funny? I was playing basketball with Duncan. Duncan does this all the time. Maybe I told you. But we're playing basketball and he's trying to steal the ball and I like turned and dribble it so his hand like hit my pants and he goes, "Oh, sorry, Dad, didn't mean to hit your Dick Sporting Goods." Duncan, don't say that. And he's like, "What? Dick Sporting Goods? It's a store." He always does that. He'll be like, "Damn it," and I'll be like, "Duncan." He'll be like, "What? Damn, like Beaver Dam," and it like Pennywise. Like, I'm not an idiot, Duncan.
Oh.
He found a loophole.
You're just like yelling, just biting your knuckle, like, "Oh, it's outfoxed me again.
He got me." I will get you, Junior.
I remember that though, like, because ass was in the Bible.
Yeah, he says that too. Like, it's a donkey, Dad.
Yeah, that was a huge boon to me, is the fact that ass would appear in the Bible. You ass. And then it was like, "Oh, Andrew, you can't." It's Bible word.
Yeah.
It's in the Bible.
In the Bible.
Hey, it's in the Bible.
What's your favorite Bible verse, Andrew?
God damn that ass. Ecclesiastes. Verse 2. God damn that hell ass. All the bad words that you can put together, Bible words.
Bad to hell.
God damn that ass to hell.
Ecclesiastes, I like that.
Yeah. It's an underrated book.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Bible verse?
Oh, all of them. It's very personal. It's very personal. I don't like to pick. I don't want to say.
That's such a Trump answer.
I know that's where I got that from. Yeah. But do you have a testament? I think they're both good. They're both good.
The whole thing, all the Bible, the Jesus, all that. Yeah. It's all the best.
It's very personal. I don't like to tell people what my favorite part is.
Hey, have you ever read a book? It's a very personal question. I read.
Oh, good gravy. Yeah. Are you caught up on The Last of Us.
No, well, because there's one that came out yesterday, right?
Oh, then we're on the same spot. So you've seen the first three.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I have not seen yesterday's yet either.
Okay. But how right was I? Okay, spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
Spoiler
Turn
alert.
down the volume for the next 20 seconds.
Anyone who doesn't want to hear how right I was
You
in
were
the
right.
episode, I literally said, you know what I mean?
Yeah, oh, I know.
Yeah.
But were
Very
you still like
frustrating.
shocked?
No, that's what I'm saying. And I think was it your fault?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, you were the one who told me, like, stay off social media if you're not going to watch the first
I was
two.
telling you that's what someone told me.
Well,
that
doesn't
I know. Halfway through your rant, I realized I was like,
doesn't-
"Ooh, that's kind of exactly what I just did to Andrew." Oh, whoops.
Yeah. No, I wasn't shocked because you said that. And then, of course, it's like, again, spoiler alert. But like his life, the main star's life becomes in peril. And you go, well, of course he's going to die. Like, what? There's no other way this would be shocking. If he almost dies and gets away, like, nobody would be going, hey, really stay off of social media because he's going to survive. And
Yeah, because
people
there's
will
a
be
close call in episode 2.
So yeah, it's as bad as saying what happened as is saying don't. Hey, the warning of a spoiler is as bad as the spoiler.
Yeah.
That's the takeaway there. But that's okay.
Well, are you able to? Is the internet good enough there? Where are you going to watch the
Yeah.
fourth episode?
Yeah, I'll watch it right after. There's a game on I want to watch after this, but I'll watch it either tonight or tomorrow during the day.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, I've never watched more TV in my life on this thing because the internet's good now, and
Yeah. And is it free?
it's bad
Or
for
no?
my reading. No, it's not free, but it's unlimited.
Oh, okay.
So it's like $8 a day.
Oh,
So it's like, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I would.
Is that just for you? Like, can a customer pay $8, or is it still like 75
No,
for customers?
no, that's for me. That's just for me, actually. Not even for other comedians. I negotiate.
Just for Andrew.
No, it's for the contractor rate or whatever.
Okay.
But like, it's so embarrassing because like you want to tell them like you don't even know what I would pay.
Right. Yeah.
Like you're like, oh, you almost want to act like that's a lot. Like, $8 a day for internet? It's ridiculous. It should be free. When you're like deep down, you're like, you're not even close. You know,
You haven't even scratched the surface. Yeah.
Because there's two levels too. They have the audacity to sell a $5 a day package, which doesn't do streaming. It just does like emails and like a slower version. You're like,
No.
you know, come on.
That's silly.
I'm doing very well. Okay, I'm selling my PlayStation to a stranger on Facebook who I gave my address to while I was out of town. And my wife and daughter were in the house. Would you do that?
No, I wouldn't.
Was that, now looking back, that sounds so bad. But I mean, it all happened fast.
Marketplace.
I listed it thinking I would be the one to sell.
That's what, you know what, that, okay, just real quick. That's exactly what I would do if I was trying to keep my hands clean and I wanted Aaron to get killed so that I could collect insurance.
But wait, you would like hire a hitman to do it?
No, I would just sell a bunch of garbage to strangers and just schedule it for when I'm not there.
Yeah, expecting one of these people have to be a murderer.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, your house is just totally barren and empty. You're like, God damn it, does nobody want to kill anybody around here? We don't have a couch. We don't have a TV anymore. We don't have bicycles. Yeah, I thought about it, but then Heidi said they were kind of like methy looking, like a little meth look to them.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh no, are they like casing the house to rob us? But then I was like, what an elaborate way to case a house
Yeah.
Like if you're addicted to meth, you have to come up with $90 that you could be spending on meth
Right.
to buy a PlayStation to then inspect the house that honestly probably has $90 worth of goods inside of it that you could
Yeah.
resell. You know, there's nothing,
Yeah.
you don't have a lot of gold, you know. So
Yeah.
I don't think, I think it's kind of a reach. The
If they
more,
were gonna kill, they would have done it on trip one.
yeah.
So I think you're
And
good.
you don't need an, if you're gonna kill somebody, you don't need an excuse. You don't need the ruse of buying a PlayStation. You could just go knock on the door and then stab the person. I don't
Yeah.
understand. Like, oh, we've got your address. Now we can come kill you. Like, you've got theoretically everyone's address. You could walk
Yeah.
into any house and
Yeah.
knock on the door and then stab them. You know?
Well, unless they get home and they like, unless they legit wanted a PlayStation and then they realize, what the fuck? This has stick drift. And then they go back all pissed off.
They just got Heidi tied up in a basement, going like, "You knew it had stick drift," and she's like, "I swear to God, what the fuck is stick drift? I have no idea what you're talking." Yeah, that's a good point. I hadn't thought about the revenge of the stick drift.
I'm sure it's fine.
Ah, it'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Um, yeah. I mean, it
Yeah.
works. The PlayStation. That's the other thing. The machine works. So, like, worst case scenario, just go buy another controller. You know.
Yeah.
He even asked me, "Does the controller come with, or the cords come with it?" Like after he agreed to the price. So,
That's
really,
when you should have been like, oh, I'm glad you asked. If you want the HDMI, that's another 10.
no. See, I knew. See, that's when I knew. I was like, "Things got stick drift." So, yeah, it's included. Trust me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Uh,
okay. Should we do it? Topic time.
let's do topic time. I'll tell you my story. It leads into my topic.
I love it.
When's the
I
last
got
time?
the same situation. So you go ahead. You go first.
When was the last time you got a traffic citation?
Oh wow. It's been a while. I got pulled over like 5 years ago. 6 years, maybe longer. I mean, a moving traffic citation like that.
Yeah. Well, it was I was coming home from that show in Madison. That's the thing is I was probably a mile from my house on the main road,
Yeah.
and I was coming home. I wasn't I went through a light that was yellow. It was yellow. I could have stopped. I could have gone. I was like, I'm just gonna push it and go through. Right when I went through, I looked to the right and I was like, that's a Ford Explorer cop car. Fuck. And right away he turned out, lights went on. I was like, fuck. And the guy who was like, and I was very, he like came to the window. I was like, yeah, I know what happened. And he, I let him do all the talking because my plan is to go to court and just be like, what the fuck? That thing had just turned yellow. But
Yeah.
he was very nice. He's like, yeah, that was a second or two too late, that light. And I was like, okay. He's like, all right, well, and I was friendly, had everything ready for him, had the keys on the dash so he doesn't feel threatened, had the lights on, hands on the wheel. And he was like, just some ID. He's like, all right, great. Well, you know what? I'll be right back. Let me just run back to the car. And I was like, oh, maybe this is just a little, hey, don't do that again. That's what I need backup on. They got to tell you before they leave if
Yeah.
you're fucked or not.
Yes.
So you can like sit there.
Yeah, and you know how mad to be.
Yeah, exactly. When he gets
Because you're
back.
giving him all this polite bullshit energy, thinking you might get out of the ticket when he knew all along.
He's like, I
He's
got
gonna
one.
stick you.
And he's making it easy for me because he doesn't know that I'm going to fuck him. That's what he's thinking.
Yeah. You're really
So
gonna
came back.
Okay.
Here it is. It's
how much?
$98, which is Not bad. I mean, it'd be like 350 in LA.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
not bad at all.
but I do think I am going to go to the court date. Just because, and it's because like it was in Fitchburg. We live right between like we live in Madison, but right on the edge of Fitchburg. So it's not even Madison. It's like a small, it's Fitchburg that's smaller. So I'm going to go in. I'm thinking it won't be too crowded. I'll just be like, Judge, Your Honor, come on. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Hopefully, they drop it or they don't charge points or anything. So it doesn't go to insurance. I don't know. But that's my plan.
Okay, I love it. Oh, but that's just good for the show. You in court, wear a suit.
Yeah. Well, and I'm going to bring because Aaron and Duncan are going to be in Florida. It's like late June. It's at the end of June, so I'm going to have to like bring Edie, and I mean I could leave Edie behind, but I'll bring Phoebe with me.
Yeah, Your Honor. Look, I've got these kids.
Yeah,
and I have to run red lights to get them to their various appointments.
Yeah. And then the judge will be like, oh, they were in the car? You endangered them? No.
No, Your Honor, you don't understand. I went really fast, so I made sure nobody would hit me.
Right. You're misunderstanding. But I did have, I never.
What do you not get about this, you moron?
Yeah. Man, you are a dumb judge. Can we speed this along?
Now say case dismissed and bang the gavel. Your Honor, case dismissed, right?
Say it.
Say it.
But when they give you free drinks, because the show had like free drinks, I was like, all right. I was like, oh, I'll get a beer. But then I was like, you know what? I'm going to get a cocktail. So I got just a gin and tonic.
Ooh.
And as I'm sitting there, I'm like, I mean, it was literally 2 hours earlier, but still I was just like, it'd be just my luck if he comes back and he's like, you want to step out of the car? Your eyes look a little glassy, or I smell, gin or whatever.
Oh man.
But there was nothing that.
Well, you know what? I'm not a lawyer, but don't mention that part in court.
Don't say that part.
Don't bring up the fact. Your Honor, I had a drink or two, but that's beside the point.
I just wanted to bring that up.
I just wanted to say, I should be able to have a couple drinks and run a red light in a country that's free.
If that police officer didn't notice that I had beer in my breath, how can you, is he really reliable for when I went through the light?
No, I was drunk on gin. How could he have seen? So you guys don't have the cameras.
I don't know. I mean, I see them. I see the cameras on them, but they don't
change the batteries. That's what would happen to me too if I was the government. I'd install those cameras, and then the first time they ran out of batteries, I'd be like, that's it. They're just up there to, if anybody's discouraged by it, great, but they're not really taking pictures.
Plugged in. They all have dead batteries.
That's my Ring camera. My Ring camera. The first, it had a nice run on that first charge.
That's hilarious. Does it run on double A's?
No, you have to it's like a USB. You have to charge it.
Oh, I see.
So I'd have to take it off the wall and plug it in. And
how long does the charge last?
I don't know. The first one lasted a couple months.
Well, so a couple of months probably.
Now it's just a deterrent. Now it's just one of those neighborhood watchdog signs, or whatever. And and I still
get that one.
And I still send strangers to my house, knowing my Ring camera doesn't work.
Did you get the battery one because it was cheaper or easier to install than the one you hardwire in?
No, not to throw my brother under the bus, but that was a Christmas present. I would have never thought a Ring camera. I'm not one of these, castle protect your house guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of think that we overrate how much control we have over whether or not you get robbed. I remember my friend Brant, who's quite the criminal, explained this to me. But
Tax
he was,
evader.
he is, yeah, the tax evader, and he was like, people are insane. They think a security system is protecting. It's like he's like, if I were robbing houses, I would look for houses with security systems because that just means that they have something worth robbing. There's no, and then he's like, he talked to some police officer. He's like, yeah, honestly, there's no real security. Like, if someone wants to rob you, he's like, the only real security system is a dog. Actually,
A dog.
like that's, yeah, a dog.
Yeah.
Like that's like the best security system you can have. Any dog that's gonna bark. It's not about like it's just about the crazy barking. But then like he's like, a regular security system, they're just gonna get what they're gonna get. The response times are so slow, you know.
Yeah.
Gonna catch anybody.
Yeah, and I feel like even if you have like ring camera footage of them, the cops are gonna be like, "Oh, sorry, you lost your TV. We're doing other shit." You know? Well, we'll keep it on file.
I was thinking like, oh, what they would wear a mask, but even if they didn't, okay, so you have a blurry image of a guy's face, like, yeah, well, it'll be on tonight's America's Most Wanted. We'll track him down, and like, what are you talking about? They don't catch murderers, you know? How are they gonna?
The cop would be like, why don't you just pick that picture, throw it on your Nextdoor app, and see if anyone recognizes them.
I shouldn't even say this, but like my my shed, so we have a shared driveway that goes back to like a attached shed, and the neighbor has a detached shed on the other side. And so all I keep in there is like lawnmower, a few tools, garden tools, stuff like that, and pressure washer. Maybe there's a couple things people would actually want to steal. I don't know.
Yeah.
Lawnmower, I guess. But the foundation is so cracked and warped that I can't get the latch to like latch in.
Oh, really?
Those locks so it's so misaligned, the door, that just kind of bangs into it. I can't actually secure it. So my padlock can't go through the hole of the thing. So every night I just close the door, I put the latch as far as it'll go in, and I just hang the padlock on the edge of it. So it like looks like
it at glance.
But I've never actually locked it.
Yeah.
And this is Portland, Oregon. I mean, this is not like, it's not like US, Indiana or something rural where everybody leaves their doors unlocked. I mean, this is a place where people supposedly get robbed every second of every day, but it's just a deterrent. They just see a padlock and go, okay, it's locked. And if they were really prepared to rob you and it was padlocked, guess what? It'd take 2 seconds.
Take it off.
Bolt cuckers.
I mean, yeah.
So what's the difference?
What's the difference?
Yeah.
All right, what do you need backup on?
Okay, so I got a crazy story. And this is one, I mean, I feel like people could figure it out with context clues, but I will not give names until the post-show banner.
Patreon.
Patreon. Yeah. Post-show banner. So before I left for this cruise, I did this gig where I opened for this guy, and it was close to my house, and I'd done it before. Super nice dude, and he'd reached out to me on Instagram, and he'd actually offered me like 2 different nights, and I said I couldn't do the second one.
Okay.
You hear that?
What?
Did you hear that?
No. What?
Oh, it sounded like a bottle rocket going off. Okay.
Oh no.
Must have just been on my end. So I did the.
Did you hear it again?
You don't hear that?
Well, my kid just ran across the upstairs. They ran, but
this high pitched.
Oh no.
Weird.
No.
Anyway, so I do the so I show up for the show, and guy again, super friendly. He's packs the place on a Thursday night. 400 people in this theater. I was like, wow, this is so impressive. Good for you.
Yeah.
Do the set, whatever. But then I'd been to this theater before, afterward, and I didn't know whether you get paid by the theater or not.
Uh-huh.
And the last time I done it, the theater had cut a check, so I go into the
Okay.
office. I go, hey, I'm not sure. He was on stage, and I was going home. I wasn't going to stay to the end of his set because I was like, I'm leaving for 10 days
Yeah.
this morning, so I'm going to just go home and spend the time at home. So I go to the office, and I'm like, hey, are you guys paying me or somebody else? And they go, oh, let us look into it. And I, just out of context, I looked through the Instagram messages that he had sent me,
Yep.
for this to see how much it was, right? So
Okay.
it was 150. So I go, oh, look, it says right here it should be 150, and whatever. But they go,
Uh-oh.
then they come back to me 5 minutes later. They're like, oh, you know what? We're not paying you. It must be coming from his agent or from him. So I go,
Yeah.
fine, whatever. So I go home and I'm like, it's a little annoying. Now I have to send him a message, but whatever. So I send him the message. And the next morning he writes back, I got you, right? And then I
Yep.
check my Venmo. He's like, just hit me with your Venmo. So I check my Venmo. It's $100.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Now I'm going to have to
Screenshots. Send them.
and yeah, so it's just like annoying because
Yeah.
I know he's a nice guy and he's probably not going to care, but I just don't want to. I hate having to ask,
Right.
But I'm
Yeah.
like, but it's a principle of the thing. It's just $50, but I got to do it.
Yeah, it's your
Like,
50
hey,
bucks.
actually, I think we said 150, and then he doesn't reply for a while, for a few hours, right?
Yeah.
Like, so I wonder if I was wrong, But I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure because I just looked at it when I went into the office to confirm that I was asking for the right amount of money. And I checked the messages.
Yep.
It was gone. The message that was sent to me to book me had vanished. And if you look at our chat history, it starts with me just saying, sure, I can do that one night. I can't do the second night. See you then. It
Oh.
sounds insane. If you look at it, I look insane because it looks like I'm just writing to him.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll do this thing that there's no ask. So I'm like, so then I start Googling, can you delete Instagram messages? And I guess you can unsend messages.
You can unsend messages that have been read. And this
Yes.
is Instagram, not Facebook.
This is Instagram.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, but wait a minute. I'm like, really? This guy, he's does very well.
Yeah.
He sold a lot of tickets that night. $50 is not a significant amount of money. Is it possible he'd just be taking a shot for $50 and deleting the original agreed upon
And
price?
you still, to this point, you still haven't heard back?
Still hadn't heard back. So I gave it another day and I hadn't heard anything.
Yeah.
And then I wrote back again and I was like, hey, I know it's 150 because I had looked at it when I went into the office. And now I'm looking to the messages to kind of confirm that I was right. And for some reason, that message is gone.
Yeah.
Which is weird. But just let me know if you remember it different. But that's, I'm trying to be as diplomatic as possible.
Right.
And then the next morning, he doesn't write back to that. But then the next morning, he wrote back, I got you. And just $50. But no explanation as to why the message had disappeared.
He's just taking a shot. I'm not going to ask for. But he's selling out 2 shows, 400 people.
He sold out the one night on a Thursday night, 400 people. And then the next time, I'm sure, more than that. And then he was going to Seattle. So,
man,
no, he makes $50 is not. Now I got one extra data point, which was from another comedian who said they had offered to open for him those shows.
Yeah.
And he quoted them $100. And then the comedian turned it down. So maybe in his head he thought.
And then the opener turned it down?
The guy who asked, could he open for him?
Oh, said no, I don't want you to.
I think he kind of assumed it would be a little more. and said, I can't make it for that money. It's too
Oh,
far to
I
travel.
see. I see. Yeah.
So
Okay.
maybe in his head he goes, I'm only going to pay $100 for an opener, and just for some reason he had offered me 150 on accident or whatever.
Yeah.
And
Huh.
then he was like, oh, I didn't mean to offer that much, and then went back and deleted the message. But so here's what I need backup on,
Yes.
and this might be controversial, but I think if it's email or Instagram or Facebook or some like any sort of official either
Yep.
social media, or you shouldn't be able to unsend messages once they've been seen, because it makes the other person feel insane.
Yes.
So
I don't, and I wonder what that is about. I wonder why that is a thing.
I know, because it's like, I get it if the person hasn't read it, like
Yeah.
somehow the machine should know if you've seen it or not. If the
Right.
person hasn't read it and you unsend it, okay, fine. But like once the person's read it, it has to be like on my side, it has to be held permanent. You can delete it from your end,
Yeah.
because now if you don't want to look at it, if it makes you uncomfortable, but I need to have that because that happened to me. I get to have that. You sent it to me. It's like if you
Yeah.
mailed me a letter, right? And then later you go, fuck, I shouldn't have sent that letter. That's ridiculous. You don't get to just like come over and burn the letter.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so weird. Have you heard on Facebook they have vanish mode? I always do this on when I'm scrolling too fast. If you like swipe up all the way to the top of your phone, it goes from like white to black and it says you're now in vanish mode where old messages just vanish after they've been seen or something. And it's I don't know if it's to
Oh,
save space, but then you have to like
I never
swipe all the way
heard of that.
down to switch it back. But that's only on
Yeah.
Facebook.
I didn't even know what that was. I hadn't heard of that. But like, and I get it. Like if he just told me like, oh, I have a thing set up on my phone that auto deletes all my old
Yeah.
messages, then say that. Then you need to like
Yeah.
give like a little bit of an explanation. Once I tell you like, hey, this message is gone, that's kind of weird, right? You have to go, oh man, yeah, I know it's weird, but I just automatically delete messages after a certain amount of time because just a
Yeah.
liability, whatever.
Yeah.
But I think it should be illegal. Like you sent it to me,
Yeah.
unprompted, unasked for. Like now that's mine,
Yep. I
right?
agree. Yeah, I agree. The fact that he can like pull out of your inbox,
Yeah.
that's
Thank you.
not
Okay,
not
that's
fair.
what I need to talk about. Now
I
you're
back you
curious.
up.
Now you're curious who it was.
I am curious. Now I'm in a hurry to get to Bojo Banter.
Might be disappointing because I don't know if you know this guy, but we'll see. Yeah, you like that? That's for the YouTube audience.
Yeah. Nice and close and personal.
Okay.
Well, all right. So you're on the boat for a while. So do you have anything you want to plug?
Way to stick it to me. No, I don't think so. Yeah, yeah. Album coming out.
Oh, yeah.
You can pre-order the
You could probably
album.
order it by this time. What time is it available or when's it available?
No, you could not. You could pre-order it May 16th.
Oh, okay.
So in a few days, you'll be able to pre-order it, and then it'll be out May 30th, I think.
I retweeted your thing. Get the word out there.
Good job. Thank you.
It's an adorable picture. I can tell that's you when you were little, for real.
Yeah, that's little Andrew right there, which is funny because this guy is a really funny comic in Portland. He did the artwork, but I didn't tell him anything about it. I was just like, because I kind of had already put together the basics, and I just wanted it cleaned up.
Yeah.
And he said something, 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 and then he referenced the picture. And he goes, and so I tried to make the child look like this, and he just called it the child, which I thought was like, that's me.
Like he didn't know it was you.
I didn't just go through like old photos from young Louis or whatever and look for
Yeah.
a kid. That's me.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What do you got? You got something to promote?
I'll do Dr. Grins, June 12th through 14.
That'll be fun. You're
Yeah,
back.
they're back.
You're back from your New
You know what
Year's.
I'm doing? I'm doing a virtual, like a meta. There's a meta comedy club, so I'm getting paid another, block just to record this whatever 20-minute set for the Metaverse Comedy Club while
Are you
I'm
gonna
there.
wear the helmet?
You have to. I think you have to wear the helmet so because you can see the crowd, and I don't know. It's weird.
Okay, wait. Can you do
There's like
something for
a day long training where they show you how it works, and then you do it.
Oh, Jesus. Can you do something for the Patreon? Will you, just with your phone or however you want to do it, film you on stage with the helmet doing metaverse comedy, but like
Yeah,
us not having access to anything else that's going on in the metaverse, just seeing you on stage to no one in a
sure.
helmet. Just like,
It's
hey,
going to be very
my
uncomfortable.
wiener. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
That's what I want. That's
we've
what I
got
want.
some weeks, so just remind me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we got that to look forward to, and thank you everybody for listening to
The Cavalry.